What's up, everybody? Come sit down with your boy Petey Mac and have you a little drink. The drink I got for you right now is called True Serum, and I'm finna give it to you straight and on the rocks with your boy Petey Mac. Let's go. What's good, world? This your country cousin Pete McCorvey, aka Petey Mac. Happy to be back with y'all once again. It's been a while, I know. This coronavirus, man, is real difficult to try to come up with new things to think about being stuck in the house. But I try to do the best I can. I know you probably heard the intro and wonder why I changed the title again. Well, I had to change the title again because one of my friends told me, he said, hey, I may know why you may not be getting a lot of likes or you may not be getting a lot of views. It's because you named your podcast No Chaser with Petey Mac. So I come to find out that there was already a podcast called No Chaser with Timothy De La Ghetto, who was on Wildin' Out with Nick Cannon on MTV. So I didn't want to try to have people confused and thinking I was on his podcast or anything like that. And on top of that, I didn't want people to think that I was biting that man's flow, because that's the biggest thing that's wrong. Swagger jacking. Swagger jacking is a real big thing, especially in entertainment. So I had to go ahead and change up, but I wanted to keep the same thing. The reason I wanted to call it No Chaser, as y'all know, I want to give it to you like how it is when you drink a drink or take a shot straight. There's no chaser. It just hits you like right in the chest, automatic. It just hit with no something to coat it with. It's just blunt. It's a blunt force that you get hit with. So I ended up changing it to Straight and on the Rocks with Petey Mac. So this is the new format that we on. Well, not new format. This is the new name of the podcast. It's Straight and on the Rocks with your boy Petey Mac. A lot of things happened. Before I get into it, it was funny because I had a bartending friend named Nick. He told me, he said, hey man, he said from a bartending standpoint to say Straight and on the Rocks is kind of, you wouldn't say that if you came up to me and you said that if you wanted a drink, I'd be like, oh, that's not how you say it. I'm like, no, if you wanted some fucking money, you would go ahead and listen to what the hell I had to say. So that's what it is. It's going to be Straight and on the Rocks. And I'm tuning it down a little bit. Now I say Straight and on the Rocks because, one thing I noticed, one of my friends say, when you straight, chaser, I tend to be a little blunt and I try to drive people away. So, if you get something straight and on the rocks or straight on the rocks, if you're a drinker, because you also get something straight neat. For you people who don't drink, straight and on the rocks, that means ice, because ice is like rock. Iceberg is considered a rock. Or if you get something straight neat, that means neat means without ice. So if you give somebody something on the rocks, ice is kind of soothing. It makes it cool and it kind of lets it settle in a little bit more versus you just getting it neat, which makes there's nothing to kind of cool it. It's just a straight hit or whatever you're doing. So I'm going to try to work on that and give it to you straight, but I'm going to try to soothe it in. I'm not going to try to just be as blunt as I can when I tell you what I'm going to tell you. A lot of things have happened. The coronavirus is still going on, as most of you know. They've extended it to April 30th. So we're going to be stuck in the house for at least 17 more days. And this is killing me because I'm an extrovert. I love to talk to people. I mean, of course, I love to talk to people. I mean, I got a podcast going on. If I didn't have a podcast, I wouldn't want to talk to people if I didn't have this podcast. So being here, stuck in the house for the last for the last almost a month, it's just been brutal for me because I've literally hit the end of Netflix, Hulu, and everything else. I don't have another movie I want to watch, and I'm starting to get involved in these characters' lives on these TV shows. I'm starting to really feel like I'm part of their family, their group of friends, their military unit, their police squad, their street gang, whatever show is out there that you watch. I really feel like that. I really feel like I am a lookout for Avon Barksdale on The Wire right now. That's exactly how I feel right now. So, but speaking of coronavirus, as you know, had some sad news with the coronavirus. As many of you know, the USS Theodore Roosevelt, which is a aircraft carrier station out of San Diego, California, which is currently on deployment right now. They had a lot of cases where they had the coronavirus. Well, I think they had over 30 plus personnel that reported that they had contracted the coronavirus. But here's the sad thing about it. The captain tried to speak out about it, and he got fired behind it. Looking out for his people. Don't understand why you fire him, but you know, I'm in the Navy. I don't get paid for that. I just go report. The only thing that scares me now is that there actually was one sailor on the Theodore Roosevelt who did pass away from the coronavirus. They just reported that within the past 24 hours that one sailor did pass away from the coronavirus. So my thoughts and prayers go out to whoever that sailor may be. May God console his family, you know, give them healing and comfort in this time. And another big thing that scares me about that, for those of you who don't know, when I told you I was getting transferred back to San Diego, that is the ship I am scheduled to go on. So I am extremely, when I tell you I am shaking like a stripper shooting dice with Parkinson's disease. Because that is very, very scary, and that's what I have to go to. So, you know, y'all pray for me right there. I mean, because that's a scary situation I got to walk into. Also, some sad news, because I already been bad because we don't have any sports. From the sporting world, the XFL had to shut down operations. They had to, like they folded. They had to fold because of this coronavirus messed up the season, which makes me kind of mad because the XFL this time around was actually some decent football. And, you know, I'm a Southern boy. You know, I may not could play football. I may play end guard and tackle, end up bench guard and water tackle, anybody who get near it. But I do enjoy myself some football. So for them to have come back and they were riding strong, for this to hit and to make them close down the operations, that's real sad. Because a lot of those people, it was running good. The XFL was running good. It was doing well. I didn't really see too many bad reviews about it, but they have to shut down operations. So my thoughts and prayers go out to all of those people who got to look for new jobs and new opportunities, and the guys who are playing football who were still fighting for that elusive dream of being a professional football player. Hopefully it's not over for you guys who really it's meant to be for y'all. Also, Disney World had to furlough 43,000 people. So, and it's just bad across the board. It's just weird. Because Disneyland is supposed to be known as the happiest place on earth. And I've been there 3 times. Last time I went, I was 20 years old. And it is most indeed. I was 20 years old. I don't care who you are when you go through those gates of Disneyland, you will turn back into a 5-year-old. So it ain't the happiest place in the world for 43,000 people. It's like the saddest place right now because now they don't know how to feed their families. And speaking of that, my heart still goes out to bartenders, waitresses. I mean, y'all keep your heads up during this time. Because as much as y'all want to go back to work and get those tips and money, as bad as I want to go back and be there with y'all to be able to go to a bar, get a drink, sit down and socialize with somebody, be able to go out to a restaurant, be able to talk to some people, be able to walk around the mall, be able to go to the movies. That's really what I miss. I miss going to the movies. Oh my goodness, I miss going to movies. I don't even see movie previews no more. Like, you don't even see movie previews anymore. So let's just hope and pray that by the end of April 30th, they'll open it back up and we get back to sense of normalcy. Also, I'm mad about, because me and my boy Giddy, if y'all remember him, he was on episode 3 of Big Keith and Petey Mac. My boy from Brownsville, never ran, never real, Brooklyn. Me and him was supposed to go to Roots Picnic at the beginning of May, which I don't see that happening because, as y'all know, when black people have something, I mean, because it's going to be the first week of May, so the country opens back up April 30th. So that means they ain't gonna have no time to plan. Now we all know this majority of people listen to black. You know, we late on stuff like that. I mean, that's how we are. I'm not trying to talk down about it. That's just this family. We just having some fun. We kind of late on stuff. So if it doesn't open back up to the last day of April, I don't see them having it all organized in order for us to come back for the first week in May. So had to scrap that trip. It's a lot of things I had to scrap. I had to scrap a show, had to scrap a comedy show that I had to do. So it's a lot of things that had to be canceled and had to be missed, but that's where we at right now. And I remember seeing the NFL players, I'm gonna go to the NFL right quick. NFL players and coaches were talking about stay at home, please stay at home, we'll get through this together. Well, that's easy for you multiple NFL players and coaches, because I'm pretty sure your wife looks like a model, but all of us don't have a wife that look like a model. Half of us may not even have a wife, because I know I'm single with no kids, so staying in my house all day, this is like solitary confinement. This is almost like being, yeah, this is like solitary confinement. The only thing is I have internet and I have Netflix and cable and all that good stuff. And then I seen a report from a publication saying since the coronavirus that viewing of pornography has gone up, excessive drinking, smoking of marijuana, eating have all increased. They've all, I'm like, no shit, really? Just, I wonder why that is. Just imagine, I wonder why that is. I can't go, I mean, you don't want me really being outside too much. I can't even go to the gym to go work out. I can't go sit down in a restaurant. So why are all those things increasing? Don't understand that at all. So a lot of things have changed, but that's enough of all that. I know I've wasted a lot of time talking about all that. It's been a while since I talked to y'all outside. Just, I love talking to y'all outside to get that off my chest. But now I'm going to get into what I want to talk about. So lately I've been noticing, and I noticed it before, but I've just noticed it real recently, and it just came on my mind. I had to speak on it. I'm noticing that with our women, especially in the African American and Latino community, that ratchetness is being praised a lot amongst our females. Ratchetness is getting praised a lot amongst our females. Now, I, for one, am not a fan of ratchet behavior. For those of y'all who may like, well, what's ratchet behavior? Ratchet behavior is when you meet a woman, she real rude, loud, violent, aggressive behavior. Can't sit still, just act like everybody is at fault but her. And I don't like that. I'm just here to say that I don't like that. I don't find that shit attractive. I think that shit is like the bane of our cultures. I really think it's the bane of our cultures. And I peeped it. I started peeping it. I peeped it a lot, but it really hit me in the face about like a couple nights ago. So I'm with a friend of mine here. I'm at his house. We're having a good time because there's really nowhere else for me to go. So I just went over his house for the day, kicked it at his house for the day, chilling at his house, started watching Tiger King, which side note, man, Tiger King, I don't even know what the hell to say about Tiger King. Oh my goodness. Joe Exotic and Carol Baskin, oh my goodness, that is like the white hillbilly toothless version of Tupac and Biggie beef. Matter of fact, he even released a diss country track about that, about Carol Baskin. But no, so we're sitting at his house, back on topic, and I'm chilling. It's about 1 in the morning. He had some chicken wings he had to take out about a couple hours ago. So I put him in the sink. Like he told me, put him in the sink to thaw. Don't act like none of y'all know about putting chicken in the sink so it'll thaw out here. Half of y'all done got y'all ass beat by y'all mama because y'all came home from school, laid right down to bed without forgetting to put the chicken in the sink and letting it thaw. So don't act like you ain't new to this. So I thought he probably will wake up the next day. He'll cook them or something. So it's 1 in the morning. He's calling his girl on the phone. And I already know by the way she talking to him on the phone. They cussing back and forth. She acting stupid and shit. I already know how this is going to turn out. I already know expect. This is a ratchet motherfucker I'm finna run into. So let me be prepared. So we get over there. As we get over there, we go upstairs. We come in there. She fighting with some dude. I don't know. I look down, this motherfucker got a pistol in his fucking pocket. I'm like, oh, fuck no. It's 1, 2 in the morning. I don't have time for this. I told him, I said, bro, I'm finna go down in the car. I'm calling Uber. I'm going to fuck home. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for this. We got over there. He tried to talk to her. She called her attitude. I said, nope. Cause one thing I don't like no attitude from a woman I don't fucking know. Fuck all that. I don't got time for that. So I go downstairs. Call Uber. It took me about like 20, 30 minutes to call the Uber because, the coronavirus going, not too many of them are running. So I called the Uber. Finally, one dude connects. He said he'll be there in 20 minutes. So my homeboy, he was like, okay, cool. Yeah, man, we finna roll because, yeah, she taking too long, blah, 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 blah. She went to take some motherfucker home. I don't know. I was out of it. So as we sitting there, he about to get in the car. He runs into a motherfucker he knows. Now we all got one of them friends that say they gonna leave somewhere, but when they run into a motherfucker they know, they sit there and you ain't gonna leave no time within an hour. So he ran into somebody in the apartment that he knew that he didn't even know was up there. I didn't even know the dude was up there because we was in the apartment. We didn't even see him. This motherfucker was like a damn. He popped up like how Tupac popped up on Steel right before he shot him in June. Like, hey, what's going on? Like, he popped up on him like that. So I already knew. I was like, man, I'm finna go ahead and go home. So at this time, I knew we really weren't finna go home because the chick comes back. So when the chick comes back, I'm like, fuck, we ain't finna go home. But luckily, my Uber driver's away. So I'm sitting there waiting on my Uber driver. I come up there, tell my boy, like, hey, bro, I'm finna ride. So when I come up there, the chick was like, what is going on? Why you just sitting in the car? And I told her straight up, I said, hey, mama, look, I came over here, you in it with a dude. He got a pistol on his lap and blase, blue. I said, I don't know you like that. I'm just going my black ass to the crib. And she's like, well, what's wrong with you? You don't like it and this, that, and the third. What, you must got PSTD. First of all, that's what I was like, okay, yeah, I really need to go. She's like, you in the military? I was like, no. I said, baby, I don't know you and all this bullshit you got going on. I don't know to be around this bullshit. I don't got time for that. So I dip, and she talking shit the whole time while I'm dipping. I told her, I said, bro, I never want to go over that shit again. But ladies, let me tell you something. That ratchet shit, I know y'all talk a lot about this, but that ratchet shit is not going to get you a good man. It's not. It'll get you a real nigga, but it ain't going to get you no good man. Because I know y'all always talking about, ain't no good man out here, ain't no good man. There's good men out there, they don't want to deal with that shit. Don't no good man want to deal with you constantly hitting on him, calling him out his fucking name, always wanting to fight and act a fucking fool. We don't got time for that. Them niggas in the hood will do that because they applying that. You know why they applying that? Because they simply want to fuck you. That's it. That's all they want to do. They want to sleep with you, nothing else. And while you doing that and you getting applause from them, it's going to come a few months, and here we go with these baby showers. When you at your baby shower, and we don't see nobody there, just you and your cousins, your sisters, your mama, and maybe your daddy if he in there, because probably would repeat the process because your mama probably was ratchet as hell too. And we don't see the daddy nowhere. You having a little baby that's named some crazy, stupid ass ghetto name. And then after you had a baby, you sit there and have him, and then it's go to, oh, niggas ain't shit and all this, and can't find no real good man. Then by the time it's the baby's first birthday, happy birthday to my king and all that shit, and that's how y'all do. That's how y'all do. Don't no man want to deal with that shit. Like, that shit is not attractive to no real man. I'm 31 years old. I can't speak for everybody, but I'm 31 years old. That shit is not attractive to me. I don't want to deal with that. And what's fucking y'all up is, like, movies, television, and music. Cause like this new song, I don't even know how I want to say it's Meg Thee Stallion, but I could be wrong. Was I'm a savage, classy, bougie, rat. No, you can't be classy, bougie, and rat. No, classy is the opposite of ratchet. Stop thinking. No, you can't be classy and ratchet at the same fucking time. Stop. That shit's stupid as hell. That's like me saying I'm a blood, but I fuck with Crips. That's not. No, I can't do that. You can't do that. And then, like I said, but that's what y'all role models. Y'all role models are motherfuckers like Meg Thee Stallion who tell y'all to go out here and just fuck around without consequence. Only think about yourself, act a fool, shake your ass every chance you got. And then, like other motherfuckers, like I've recently started watching Empire, like Cookie Line. Y'all look at her like she's a role model. Cookie Line is like the loudest, most blunt, just obnoxious woman I've ever seen on TV. Now, shout out to Roger P. Henson because she played it to a T. But Cookie Line is not a good role model at all. She's not a good fucking role model at all. And speaking of Cookie Line, and not Cookie Line, speaking of Roger P. Henson, I'm going to roll on to something else I want to talk about, because now that you deal with ratchet, when y'all ratchet, it bleeds off, and it bleeds off to your children. And now people got to deal with your damn children who ratchet as hell, and then can't nobody say nothing to them because you want to swear, don't be talking about my children and don't be doing this. My children good, my children good. No, your children ain't shit. I told y'all it's still straight. But it's still straight. It ain't no chaser. It's still straight. I said I'm going to get little rocks, but no, your children ain't shit. And the reason they ain't shit because you ain't taught them shit. You ain't taught them shit. Like, I've seen so many women I know. I see him in the club every Friday, Saturday night. You got that little stand, you know that little stance they do where they turn their ass toward the camera and kind of have the back leg kicked out straight, and then bend the front leg and put their hand on their hip, or they sitting facing the camera, they got their arm crooked, their head tilted to the side like that. Had their kids going to school, kids be bad as hell. Kids will make baby's kids look like the life of children from down the lane on Kids Next Door. But be something happening at school, and it's 9 times out of 10 they kids' fault. Be getting all on Facebook with their dumb asses. Oh, man, nobody better not do nothing to my kids. I bust head wide open. Well, how about you teach your kids how to act? How about you teach your kids how to act? That'll work wonders if you can teach them how to act. Maybe they won't get in trouble because your child is pretty bad. I mean, because seeing where they come from, it's like when these girls, I've seen videos and shit like this where these girls be letting these babies cuss in front of them and they think it's cute and they think it's fun. I'd be like, hell no, I don't play that shit. That ain't cute and ain't fun at all. And something that illustrates this is a movie that just came out on Netflix that illustrates this exact thing that I'm talking about. It just came out this past week. It's called Coffee and Kareem. Coffee and Kareem is about a white cop played by Ed Helms. If y'all don't remember him, he's the guy. For those y'all know who Ed Helms is, if you ever seen the Hangover series, he's the guy who played the dentist. I can't remember his character's name to save my life, but he's the guy that played the dentist on the Hangover series. Taraji P. Henson, of course, surprise, surprise. And some little 12-year-old, little chunky ass little 12-year-old boy in there. So like I said, Ed Helms plays a white cop who's dating Taraji P. Henson, a black woman, and she wants him to get to know her son better, Kareem, because he's Coffee. Ed Helms is Coffee. She wants him to get to know her son better, Kareem. And Kareem is the most disrespectful little badass little boy, cussing at his teachers, foul language. Just man, it cuss like a sailor, man. That man cuss like a sailor, Marine, a soldier, and a damn Air Force, man, and a drunk on the corner, and a nigga who sell crack. He cusses so bad, and it's like, what in the name of God is this? I couldn't even get through 20 minutes. I'm like, okay, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. And a lot of people have been saying that he is a real bad representation. They said they tired of Hollywood stereotyping us like that. But here's the thing, though. Was it shitty a stereotype of us? Yes, it was. But here's the thing. They had to get it from somewhere, and art imitates reality. So while granted, I didn't like the movie because that was a horrible representation of black people, and his mama, whoever that boy's mama is, needs her ass beat for sitting there letting your son up for that movie. That was terrible. That was fucking horrible. But on top of that, I've seen that. I've seen little disrespectful, little badass kids just cussing in front of their mama cussing back at them, just talking to them like they ain't nothing. Because that's why them kids, this is why black people, we always say that our kids, oh, they want to be grown, they act grown, they little and they act so grown. Like you see a little 3-year-old that kind of talk like this, like, oh, they act so grown. That's because, look, if you ever heard some of us talk to some of these kids, we talk and cuss at them like they adults. I got friends of mine, and I'm guilty of doing this to my nieces and nephews too. We talk to them and cuss at them like they some freaking adults. So no wonder they don't know the boundaries and this, that, and the third, because you made them think this is a norm to talk like this. So, but like I said, I've seen a lot of kids like him, especially when you're dealing with a black single mother too, with no father present. They do all that, and they think they the man in the house, and they can talk to any man they kind of want to, and this, that, and the third. Because I'm going to be honest, I ain't the dude to talk to. I had an ex-girlfriend like that. Her son thought I was that guy to talk to. I immediately said, hey, little dude, I ain't him. I don't go to school with you. I don't go to recess with you. Matter of fact, I got kicked out of school because I don't fuck with recess. So I don't play. And he really like, oh, I said, yeah. I said, bro, I'm crazy. I knock all this shit over. I was knocking shit over before knocking all this shit over was saying. And it's saying, and it goes unchecked. It goes unchecked. Nobody wants to talk about it. Everybody wants to sweep it under the rug. And then when his ass get arrested, for a crime that he committed. He got caught red-handed doing it. They down there, mama's down there at the jail. Man, ain't nobody doing that to my baby. I doing my baby mom. My baby good. He a good kid. He a good kid. He ain't never, nah, lock that motherfucker up. Lock him up. Lock him up. Keep him there. Lock him up. Throw away the key for however long he need to be there. He a menace to society, and I ain't talking about like Kane and O-Dog. He a menace. And that's because you created him because your ratchetness, you thought it was cute, you thought it was fun, and you thought it was sexy. It breeded some bullshit. That's what it breeds. And the sad thing is, we worship that shit. In the black and Latino community, we worship that shit. We worship ratchetness. We worship the hood. I don't understand what our fascination is about being from underdeveloped, disenfranchised, poverty-stricken area, but we glorify that shit. We love that shit. We think that is the best thing smoking. And the sad thing is, it bleeds over to the minorities, the blacks and Latinos that are out in the suburbs. They want to go to it, and the reason why they want to go to it is because I'm gonna be honest. It all boils down to this: the girls from the suburbs, the black and Latino girls from the suburbs, they kind of bored. They want to go to the hood and get them a hood dude. And because they want to go to the hood and get a hood dude, the black and Latino boys in the suburbs, they feeling left out. They feeling undesirable. So they want to go associate with them guys over there so they can get the girls. Let me tell you something. Majority of things in life when it comes to men and stuff that we do deals with how can this get me close to a female. That's what a majority of the shit we do, it deals with how can I get closer to a female. And now you've gotten these girls who are out here who had promising futures ahead of them, had the world on a platter for them, throwing their life away for some little boy who ain't got a pot to piss in or when to throw it out of. Then you got the little boys who's out there trying to impress them girls. He had a bright future, had everything going. He either in jail or they got shot because he out there doing some stuff that's like, why is he doing this? His family well off. He didn't need to do that. Prime example before I get up out of here. Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s daughter. Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s daughter. If you, as y'all know, Floyd Mayweather got a lot of money. I think he probably had the most lucrative boxing career of any boxer, any weight class of all time. Man ain't hurt for money. Man can burn money 10 times over and still be rich. His daughter started messing with a rapper from Baton Rouge named NBA Youngboy, who, if you know Baton Rouge got a lot of bad parts. Baton Rouge is so bad, the Navy SEALs won't even go in there. They be like, no, fuck that, man. Y'all can have it. So she's messing around with him, ends up stabbing some woman. And she ends up stabbing a woman in the stomach. And the woman was pregnant. She facing 99 years. Because she's trying to follow behind this boy from the hood, because we've glorified that over the years and made that shit seem like it's so wonderful and sexy and exciting. And she's probably looking at spending the rest of her life in jail, when she didn't even have to do none of that. This girl, when she was born, her life was set. All she had to do was just wake up, brush her teeth, go to school, eat shit, go to sleep, repeat everything the next day. That's all she had to do. But we glorify that shit. We glorify, like I said, black and Latino community. We glorify that. That shit is like, that's like a badge of honor to be a hood nigga, be a hood. And ain't nothing wrong with you from the hood, but like, if just like, oh, I'm trapping, man. You know, I'm scamming. You know, I'm robbing motherfuckers. If you ain't using that as an end to justify no means, like trying to like start a business, hell, even trying to be a rapper, which is cliche as hell. If you ain't trying to do nothing else with that, if that's your only goal in life, and you don't see nothing else other than the hood, then man, get the fuck away from me. I'm gonna be honest, get the fuck away from me, because I don't glorify the hood. I really don't. And I'm not saying I don't mess with the hood, I just don't glorify it, because I'm gonna be honest, if you black or Latino, you're gonna have to fuck with the hood, because you're gonna have to get your hair cut or your hair done, and you're gonna have to go get you some good food. And of course, they got hookups in the hood. You know somebody who hook up either trying to get your cable for you for a low price or for free. Cause let's not act like people don't be doing that. They be doing that. You know, probably if you need your car done, if you need some work on your car done, tires, engine work done, you know, you need to hook up with somebody who can landscape for you. You gonna go to the hood. But like all that ducking bullets in the hood and looking out for cops and just ratchetness and fighting in front of people and acting a fucking fool and acting like I ain't got no sense. Nah, I don't fuck with that. And y'all can keep that. I'm straight on that. I'm probably one of the only black guys in the world that ain't for me, dog. I'm sorry. I'm good. I'm good. But that's been my time on this episode, y'all, man. This your boy Pete McCorvey, aka Petey Mac. If you want to reach out to me, you can reach out to me at, on my YouTube. I mean, not my YouTube. Excuse me. My email. My email is petymac10. That's PETYMAC10 at yahoo.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. It's PetyMac10. Find me on Facebook, Pete McCorvey or Petey Mac. You know, spell Petey Mac. That's been my time to end it. Like I always end it. Be cool, stay calm, and get paid. And that's been some food talk and some real talk for y'all ass. Peace.